because the liver loses the ability to filter out the LDL, the bad cholesterol. But if you clean the filter, no more high cholesterol. I know it sounds too simple, but it is. And oh, by the way, our buddies, the FDA, put out a report that told you in 2001 that there is a natural food supplement guaranteed to get rid of high cholesterol. Anybody know what it is? Anybody? Oh, good. Well, actually, it is in broccoli. The actual supplement is a plant sterol, which exists in broccoli and other vegetables. It's a plant sterol. See, we have cholesterol in our bodies. Plants have a form of cholesterol called phytosterols. When you consume a plant sterol, it displaces the receptor sites that would normally grab onto the LDL or the bad cholesterol. So the bad cholesterol all of a sudden has got no place to go. And then it's swept away in the body. Assuming, of course, if you're consuming fiber. So there is a very natural way to eliminate high cholesterol or dirty cholesterol. The other topic I'll mention very quickly, high blood pressure. What is high blood pressure? The heart muscle is working overtime. So, what's the treatment protocol if your heart muscle is working overtime? You take a drug that overrides that to cause the heart muscle to slow down. Of course, they don't tell you you've got to take that beta blocker for the rest of your life. And if you stop taking it, you'll die. When in reality, number one cause of high blood pressure in America, anybody know what it is? Overweight. Yeah, overweight does have something to do with it.
No potassium, too much salt.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's close. That's it. You're in the ballpark. You're in the ballpark. Both of you are in the ballpark. It's called cellular dehydration. And the sodium-potassium pump is out of whack. And so when a sodium-potassium pump, every cell in your body has a sodium-potassium pump. As sodium comes down, potassium goes up. As potassium comes down, sodium goes up. But what is the treatment protocol dealing with the salt condition? Go on a low-salt diet. Doesn't work. It may work for 3 months, and it catches up. And eventually you're back into the doctor, and then he's going to put you on an ACE inhibitor, never addressing the original root cause. So instead of going on a low-salt diet, and I'm not suggesting you don't, and again, this is kind of a sidebar, it's not the salt, it's the chemical within the salt, because your body needs sodium or you will die without it. The best approach is to eat foods that contain high levels of potassium. If you eat foods that contain high levels of potassium and high levels of bioavailable calcium, guess what? Your body regulates the level of sodium naturally. But if you found that out, you wouldn't need the drugs anymore.
Is it possible to go off from high blood pressure medications?
Again, not being a doctor, I can't say.
Okay.
I wouldn't recommend it. Given what I know, I'd be a little nervous, especially if you're on a beta blocker. Now, if you're on something like a diuretic, a water pill, that's not as invasive. You can wean yourself off of that, but again, what I suggest to people, because some people will stop just taking the drug. No, you can't just stop. Your body is relying on that chemical. You need to work with your doctor. And in the book, I talk about a drug weaning process. You go through a drug weaning process. You don't just stop dead cold. Some people are lucky and they're able to do it. I personally would not recommend that because some of these drugs are very potent. Yes, very potent. Yes, ma'am.
Pepsi. I like Pepsi. Now, which should...
Pepsi?
Yeah, Diet Pepsi.
Whoa. Okay. All right. Diet. Okay, she said Diet Pepsi. It doesn't matter whether, if it has the word diet, here's an indication. The first 3 letters. If it's low fat, no cholesterol, low sugar, no sugar, run the other way, people. As a biochemist, we're just manipulating the chemicals so that you will buy my food. See, I know how to get you to buy my food. I know what are the chemicals that will trigger your neurotransmitters to come running for my food. I can take dirt, put it in a bottle, make it taste good, and you'll drink it and you'll eat it if I add the right chemicals. Can I ask someone, would anyone in this room, raise your hands, would anyone in this room consume a pinch of arsenic every day? Just a pinch. Raise your hands if you would consume arsenic every day.
We do.
This is a very astute audience, exactly. You're already consuming arsenic every day, especially if you're drinking tap water. It's a poison. So why do we consume poisons readily? You know why? Because they taste so good. Anything that has high fructose corn syrup, partially hydrogenated oil, it tastes good. But what I like to suggest to everybody is learn about Brother Mouse. All you heard the story of Brother Mouse back in the day? No? Back in the day, Brother Mouse, he loved the government cheese. But every time he bit on a piece of cheese, he would hear a snapping sound. And he noticed he'd have a broken paw, broken leg, broken neck. And he said, I love the government cheese. It tastes so good. But I keep getting a broken neck or a broken paw every time I bite into that cheese. So he told his other brothers and sisters, I think we better stay away from that government cheese. And today, you cannot entice a mouse with government cheese. You have to use peanut butter or something else. So Brother Mouse got smart. Now all of us, we are the mice in the trap. And the government is feeding us their chemicals. Hopefully, we're smarter than Brother Mouse. Yeah.
Your protocol for diabetes, could this help program the cells for other diseases like, say, gout? Say you eat too much red meat and
Yeah. Good, yeah, very good question.
Question.
The question was, would the protocol I defined help with other conditions like gout? When I first defined the protocol was defined specifically to address diabetes. And because I'm an engineer, and engineers, we tend to overachieve, again, the model that I utilized was a wellness model. So I didn't necessarily design the protocol to fight diabetes as much as define a protocol to get well. Well, a wellness protocol, which is designed to help the body repair itself, will help other conditions. Now, you've got to obviously make some slight modifications depending on what that condition is. If you're dealing with something, like gout, you definitely want to shut down animal meat completely. There are some things you want to be a little more restrictive with, depending on what that condition is. But the protocol is very, modifiable. Yes.